Imagine swimming through the open ocean at night. There are no trees to hide behind, no rocks for protection, no warning, just endless black water stretching in every direction. Then, without making a sound, a creature the size of a bus appears from the darkness. Its 8 arms spread wide. 2 lightning-fast tentacles shoot forward. Hundreds of razor-sharp suckers lock onto their target. A parrot-like beak slices through flesh. And within seconds, the prey is gone. No roar, no splash, no struggle, just silence. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. It's how squids hunt every single day. From tiny reef species to the legendary giant squid lurking in the abyss, squids have evolved into some of the fastest, smartest, and deadliest predators the ocean has ever produced. But how did these soft-bodied animals with no bones, no claws, and no armor become the ocean's perfect killers? The answer is far more incredible than you might imagine. When most people think of dangerous ocean predators, they picture sharks, rows of razor-sharp teeth, powerful jaws, muscular bodies built for speed. But sharks aren't the only masters of hunting. Squids took a completely different path. Instead of relying on brute strength, they became living weapons of precision. Over hundreds of millions of years, evolution transformed them into stealth assassins, capable of disappearing in an instant, accelerating faster than many fish, solving complex problems, and catching prey with unbelievable accuracy. Today, there are more than 300 known squid species living in almost every ocean on Earth. Some are only a few centimeters long. Others grow longer than a school bus. Yet nearly all of them share one mission: to hunt. Every part of a squid's body has been shaped by evolution for that single purpose. Let's see how nature built one of the most efficient killing machines the ocean has ever known. Built for speed. Unlike fish, squids don't swim by moving their tails side to side. Instead, they use one of the most effective propulsion systems in nature. They suck water into a large cavity inside their body, then force it out through a narrow tube called a siphon. The result? Jet propulsion. It's the same basic principle used by rockets. By blasting water backwards, the squid launches itself forwards with explosive speed. Some species can reach speeds of over 40 kilometers per hour. Even more impressive, they can instantly change direction. Forward, backward, up, down, left, right, all within seconds. For prey trying to escape, it's almost impossible to predict where the attack will come from. Speed alone already makes squids dangerous, but they're only getting started. 8 arms, 2 deadly tentacles. One of the biggest misconceptions about squids is that all 10 limbs are the same. They're not. A squid has 8 muscular arms used for gripping and controlling prey, but it also has 2 specialized tentacles. These aren't for swimming, they're for striking. Hidden between the arms, the tentacles remain folded until the perfect moment. Then, they explode forwards faster than the human eye can fully process. The tips widen into clubs covered with powerful suckers lined with tiny hooks or sharp teeth. Once they connect, escape becomes almost impossible. The prey is instantly dragged towards the squid's mouth. It's one of the fastest feeding strikes anywhere in the animal kingdom. The beak that can crush flesh. Most people imagine squids swallowing prey whole. The reality is much more terrifying. Hidden beneath all those arms lies one of the most powerful weapons in the ocean: a hard beak. It looks remarkably similar to a parrot's beak, except this one is designed for killing. Made primarily from chitin, the same material found in insect shells, the beak is incredibly sharp and surprisingly strong. Once prey is pulled close, the beak slices through scales, shells, muscles, and flesh with frightening ease. Some larger squid species can even bite through thick-skinned fish. Inside the mouth sits another secret weapon: a rough tongue-like structure covered with tiny teeth called the radula. It works like a rotating rasp, shredding food into pieces before swallowing. The prey rarely has a second chance. Masters of camouflage. What makes squids truly deadly isn't just their weapons. It's that victims often never see them coming. Squids possess millions of specialized pigment cells called chromatophores. Each one acts like a microscopic color-changing balloon. By expanding or shrinking these cells in milliseconds, squids can completely transform their appearance. Brown, red, white, black, striped, spotted, or nearly invisible. Some species can even mimic the texture of rocks or coral. Others flash bright warning colors to confuse predators. Researchers have recorded color changes happening faster than most computer screens refresh. Imagine fighting an enemy that disappears, reappears somewhere else, then attacks before you even realize where it went. That's everyday life for many fish. The ocean's largest eyes. In the deep sea, eyesight can mean survival. That's why giant squids evolved some of the largest eyes ever seen in the animal kingdom. Each eye can grow larger than a football. Why so enormous? Because light is incredibly scarce thousands of meters below the surface. Larger eyes collect more light. This allows giant squids to detect faint movements from astonishing distances. Scientists believe these massive eyes may even spot the glowing disturbances created by approaching sperm whales, the squid's greatest enemy. Seeing danger first often means living another day, and seeing prey first means dinner. smarter than anyone expected. For decades, scientists believed intelligence belonged mainly to mammals. Then they started studying squids. The results were astonishing. Squids can solve problems, navigate mazes, recognize patterns, learn from experience, and adapt their hunting strategies depending on the situation. Their nervous systems are among the most advanced of all invertebrates. Much of that intelligence comes from an unusually large brain. Unlike many marine animals that rely almost entirely on instinct, squids actively process information. They're constantly analyzing their surroundings. Every hunt becomes a learning opportunity. The more they experience, the better they become. Weapons made of ink. Not every battle goes according to plan. Sometimes, the hunter becomes the hunted. When threatened by sharks, dolphins, or whales, squids release thick clouds of dark ink into the water. Most people think the ink simply blocks vision, but it's even more clever than that. The cloud creates a false target. Predators often attack the drifting ink while the squid escapes in the opposite direction. Some squid ink even contains chemicals that interfere with a predator's senses, buying precious extra seconds. It's the underwater version of throwing a smoke grenade. Disappear, escape, live to hunt another day. Giants of the abyss. Perhaps no squid captures the imagination more than the giant squid. Growing over 13 meters long, it has inspired myths about sea monsters for centuries. For hundreds of years, sailors told stories of enormous tentacled beasts attacking ships. Most people laughed, until science proved giant squids were real. These mysterious giants spend their lives in the deep ocean, where darkness hides countless secrets. Even today, live encounters remain incredibly rare. Many questions about their behavior are still unanswered. But one thing is certain, when a giant squid attacks prey, very few escape. The ultimate battle? Squid versus sperm whale. Every great predator has one natural enemy. For giant squids, it's the sperm whale. These whales routinely dive over 2,000 meters deep in search of squid. The battles are fierce. When researchers examine sperm whales, they often find enormous circular scars covering their skin. Each scar matches the powerful suckers of giant squids. These aren't passive meals. They fight back with everything they have. Massive tentacles, sharp hooks, powerful beaks. Yet despite their incredible weapons, the whale usually wins. It's one of the deepest and most mysterious predator battles on Earth, and almost no human has ever witnessed it. Evolution's perfect design. What makes squids such effective hunters isn't one single ability. It's how everything works together. Jet propulsion provides speed. Tentacles deliver precision. Arms hold struggling prey. The beak finishes the kill. Camouflage provides invisibility. Huge eyes detect movement. Advanced intelligence improves every hunt. Ink offers an escape plan. Every feature supports another. Remove one, and the squid becomes less effective. Together, they create one of evolution's greatest masterpieces. Squids didn't become the ocean's perfect killers overnight. It took hundreds of millions of years of evolution. Every improvement, every adaptation, every successful hunt shaped the incredible predators we see today. They don't rely on brute force like sharks, or overwhelming size like whales. Instead, they combine intelligence, speed, stealth, precision, and adaptability into one perfectly engineered body. Whether it's a tiny reef squid catching shrimp, or a giant squid battling a massive sperm whale in complete darkness, every squid is a reminder that evolution often rewards intelligence just as much as strength. The next time you look out across the ocean, remember this. Beneath those calm waves, millions of squids are silently hunting at this very moment. Invisible, patient, perfectly adapted, waiting for the exact right second to strike. If you enjoyed discovering how squids became some of the ocean's greatest predators, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more deep sea mysteries, and tell us in the comments, which ocean predator should we uncover next? Because the deeper we dive, the more unbelievable life becomes.